Passion. What is it, and how does it affect our physical and emotional well-being? There are mainly two different types of passion. Harmonious, the more positive and healthy, and obsessive, the more dangerous and harmful. General definition is a person partaking in a self-defining activity that they control or are controlled by. A common misconception is that everyone has a passion, when in fact this is not true. Everyone has likes and dislikes, but to turn those likable activities into a passion, one must put in the work. It requires time and essentially the blood, sweat, and tears of a person, thus being a self-defining quality. You can recognize someone with a passion by many common characteristics, such as appearing to be in a more positive mood when participating, spending most of their time with it, trying to extend it to others, and even sometimes not being able to resist from doing it. The physical signs can be obvious, but there is actually a chemical explanation for this occurrence. Research has shown, based on the measurement of chemicals released in the brain, such as endorphin, oxytocin, serotonin, and dopamine, that those with two harmonious passions are leading even better and healthier lives than those who have only one or zero. We wanted to interview some people about their passions, so we went to the Canton Ballet to talk to some of the dancers.
Passion is putting all of yourself into something and devoting yourself solely to that thing, and it just consumes you with everything that you are.
Do you remember a specific moment when you realized how passionate you were for dance?
It's probably the worst answer ever, but it was when I stepped away from dance. My first year in college, I decided to not dance at all, and then my dad passed away, and I realized that I needed some outlet in my life to express my emotions because I wasn't best with words.
Passion means something that I am really determined to either get right or to never give up at.
I don't know, I've passed out on stage before and I feel like at that point if you're going to go to that extent to pursue what you consider your passion. I do it every day and I spend basically most of my life here. I dance more than I sleep, which might not be the healthiest thing for me, but that moment was just
The more positive type of passion is classified as harmonious, meaning that the person is voluntarily in control of the activity and it makes them in general more healthy, happy, and well. A harmonious passion usually defines its owner, as you can see what the person values. It requires a lot of time and it's not something one is usually born with. It must spark and develop similar to a flame. Once the spark occurs and you put it into the work, next thing you know you have an inferno. Usually harmonious passion, or HP, is characterized by the person being in control of what they are doing, from how much they work to what they wear, to a certain degree of course. HP provides freedom of choice, and this is the reason why it usually provokes happiness. We wanted to diversify our interviews, so we went to a girls' track practice and interviewed some of the runners.
Why do you run track?
Honestly, my favorite part is just seeing how far I've come, looking back, and I don't know, it's just really such a good feeling to see how much you've accomplished in just a year.
When I'm not around it, I'm still thinking about it. My wife actually accuses me of thinking more about it than I do of her.
Passion to me is going out and doing what you love.
Passion is track.
The second type of passion is called obsessive passion, which tends to be more harmful to not only the owner but also those surrounding them. Obsessive passion can even include addictions which have the aspect of one not being able to resist from partaking in or controlling themselves in regard to the item or activity. The basic connection is that when one is prevented from participating in their passion, they experience things such as frustration, anger, depression, and even act out violently towards others. This means that nearly all passions, if the subject is truly invested in them, could be considered obsessive to a certain degree. This is where we get into the gray area, as we see that there is not always a clear division between obsessive and harmonious. One historical example of a harmonious and obsessive passion at odds would be during the 1960s in the Civil Rights era. Martin Luther King Jr. expressed his passion for equality in his famous I Have a Dream speech, where he and his followers who shared this passion petitioned for equal rights. This was a historical example of a harmonious passion that was widespread and powerful enough to shape our nation, America, as we know it today.
I have a dream.
In contrast, there were many partaking in the obsessive passion of racism, and were unable or are even unable today to control themselves or prevent themselves from the practice. Many did not even recognize it as such, but looking back on the historical faults of our nation, it is imperative to classify the action and realize based on the characteristics that it indeed was unhealthy, not only for the individual, but for the nation. Passion is being able to create something and feel something that not many people experience in a lifetime. It is something you love doing and would want to do for the rest of your life. Passion is music, helping others, basketball, singing, dance, science, cooking, art, writing, running, positivity, history, English. Sometimes it is so strong you can barely control it. It makes you feel alive, makes you smile, fills you with joy, and inspires you to get better. Passion is the ocean, cheerleading, languages, theater, computers, soccer, drumming, friends, family, school, architecture. Passion is something you strongly believe in. It is the powered drive to be sufficient in a situation. Passion is golfing, equestrian, aviation, figure skating, cosmetology, lacrosse, animals, being alive. Passion is feeling so strongly about something that you can express how you feel with more than just your voice, your words, or your expression. It's when you care so much about something that other people can just tell how important something is to you. It cannot be explained exactly. Passion is devotion to what you live for, something you would fight for. It is anything and everything. So, what is passion but the pursuit of what sets your soul on fire?